Alright, this is a quick review on dividing with decimals. Instead of doing the problems on the D page, I'm going to do them on the E page. So looking at 19E15. So here we're doing 0.2 into 1.28. When you divide with decimals, this has to get moved over to where it's behind the 2. If this gets moved over 1, this has to get moved over 1 to where the decimal's here. Then when you divide, you bring the decimal straight up. Okay? Now you can divide and ignore the decimals. So essentially this is the number 2. 2 can't go into 1, but 2 goes into 12. 6 times 2, 12. Subtract 0, bring down your 8. 2 goes into 8. 4, make sure you line everything up. The 6 goes over the 12 or the 2. Then the 4 goes over the 8. So 4 times 2, 8. No remainder. So 6.4 is your answer. That's where your decimal goes. You can go back and check yourself. If you use your calculator to say, if you multiply these two things together to check, 6.4 times the original 0.2 will give you 1.28, which you had under the house, and it does check. It doesn't ask you to check it. I'm just telling you that's a quick way to check. Alright, let's look at 19E14. So because you have a decimal out here, the decimal always has to be moved over to where this is a whole number. So this gets moved over twice where it's after the 6. So therefore the decimal in here has to get moved over. Where's the decimal? When you have a whole number, it's always after the number. Then you have to add 0 placeholder so we can move this decimal 2 times here, and then it gets moved straight up. Once you get your decimals all in place, now you're just looking at the numbers. 6 into, can't do 6 into 4, so 6 into 42. 6 goes into 42, make sure you put your 7 over that 2 since it's 42. 7 times 6, 42. Subtract, bring down zeros. 6 goes into 0, 0 times, then you have another 0 here. You need to make sure you have your 0 placeholders all the way until you get to the decimal. So essentially our answer is 700. Or you could say 700.0, but 700.0 is the same thing as 700. And if you did a quick check, 700 times 0.06, if you did that in your calculator, you would get 42.